don't know. When it comes to my own identity, I don't know. I feel like, in some ways, I've like retracted all my landing gear up for like a long time, and I've just been kind of like hovering over a general terrain where I know I'm supposed to be, and I've either been like too frightened to land or just not quite willing to do it because there just might be one more thing that might pop up on the horizon that I'm supposed to head toward. And then the next compounding thought after that is like, well, why one more thing? Like, why don't you actually just like seek out a new arena entirely? But I feel like at my core, I'm becoming like denser and more defined. But the rest of it is kind of like not amorphous, but interchangeable.
We're not experiencing war in the level of World War I or World War II right now. We're not experiencing genocide in the way that you had in Cambodia right now. We're not working in salt mines the way that 5-year-olds did 600 years ago. But the sort of the naive generational hope that one has appears to be going up against boundaries or limited frontiers. In the old days, you could always move west in our planet in terms of the theories of climate change, species extinction, and degradation of the environment in terms of antibiotics in the rivers or estrogen mimicking compounds everywhere, the plastics that are apparently decreasing our sperm count by 75% since World War II are real objective frontiers where, while we're not dying in death camps in Poland, we feel a generational angst, in essence, of that it is possible for an ending to happen. So I think sometimes when people start saying the world's shit, they may be speaking more individually about their own crisis of hope that happens to every generation.
I mean, the one thing that's different now that we can say honestly never existed before is that the Earth is burning, literally, like it's on fire. The Earth is on fire, and that is I think a bigger and more palpable sense. Like when we say apocalyptic, it's like, well, no, literally, in our lifetime, it seems like things are accelerating at a pace that far exceeds any scientist's predictions about how fast things would be happening. Like all the warnings we're actually underestimating how fast things are happening. So I don't know, I've been finding a strange form of peace in that, but I just feel lucky. I mean, I got to live my adult life, so if it happens when I'm 65, it's like I got mine. I don't have any children to worry about.
And I was just, listening to the thing about optimism bias as a kind of an evolutionary adaptation so that you don't lose hope, because if you lose hope, you might not eat or procreate or whatever. And so being optimistic about things is probably it's probably built into the gene somewhere along the line. So it's like you wake up, the sun's out, okay, I'll go forage. So as soon as I find some berries, it's going to be like a perfect Saturday. Just need some blueberries. It's going to be okay. I know that I would resist. Here's something I think, you know what? I think in the end it's academic. I think everybody, you all end up at this. If we're just sort of hurtling towards contentment, which I think is what happens as you get old. Old people seem generally content to me. Is that crazy? Or better? It's crazy.
It's not my experience.
I think your feelings, that you think they're your own thoughts, but you share it with everyone. You also share it with the elites, people that are in power. We all are, we're all made up of the same stuff. We have the same thoughts. They're not yours. You can just see yourself thinking them. So if you're thinking that the issue is going to be a huge population that's not going to sustain itself, and that's going to become an apocalyptic scenario. And there have been apocalyptic type of scenarios in the past. So those, again, are infinitesimal. They're little blips as to the true life spirit of like moving forward and compassion. It's sort of ingrained. However, just these ideas of population control, I think, are very much what you're seeing today in the landscape. There's estrogen all over the environment. That means that not only will humans replicate more, but also humans will become more transgendered, and there's been a misrepresentation that estrogen is the female hormone of longevity. Progesterone is the female hormone of longevity, and that's something that men benefit from, females benefit from. But the thought about population control and reduction of population for sanity, to avert the apocalyptic scenario of too many cooks in the kitchen, is completely valid, but I think it's valid by the ruling, it's made valid by the ruling elite, who are demonizing things like fructose.